What if the cleanest way to grow plants was to remove the thing most people think they need the most? No soil, no mess, no heavy pots sitting in corners collecting dust. While modern life pushes complicated setups, fertilizers, and endless maintenance, our ancestors often relied on simpler methods, watching how plants naturally rooted in streams, jars, and damp environments without needing rich soil at all. Some plants don't just tolerate water, they prefer it. And today, modern research is starting to explain why certain species thrive in hydro environments using dissolved nutrients, oxygen exchange, and efficient root systems to grow faster and cleaner than traditional soil setups. Today, I'll show you 7 indoor plants that grow without soil, plants you can keep in nothing more than a jar of water right on your windowsill. Stay with me, because number 4 is one of the easiest plants to multiply endlessly, and the final one has been quietly purifying indoor air for generations. If you want forgotten plant wisdom, practical health science, and self-sufficient living ideas delivered every week, hit that subscribe button now, because you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. Lucky Bamboo, the water survivor. This is one of those plants many people think is just decorative, but it's actually one of the simplest examples of water-based survival. Historically, plants like this were kept in simple containers, no soil, no complexity, just water and light. In older homes, especially in small spaces, people valued plants that didn't require constant upkeep. Lucky Bamboo thrives because it can absorb nutrients directly from water through its roots. It doesn't rely heavily on soil structure, which makes it perfect for hydro-style growing. Modern understanding shows that plants like this can efficiently take in dissolved minerals, especially when the water is refreshed regularly. Today, you can grow it in a glass jar with clean water and a few stones to stabilize the stems. Change the water every 1 to 2 weeks to keep it fresh. Avoid direct harsh sunlight, as it prefers indirect light. Just be careful. Tap water with high chlorine levels can stress the plant. Let water sit before using it. Think of it as a quiet reminder that sometimes less really is more. Number 2. Pothos, the endless vine. You've probably seen this plant hanging from shelves or trailing across walls. But most people don't realize it can live entirely in water. Traditionally, cuttings of fast-growing vines were kept in jars to propagate new plants, an old homestead trick to multiply greenery without buying more. Pothos is especially effective because of its strong node system. These nodes quickly develop roots when placed in water, drawing nutrients directly from the liquid. Research suggests that pothos may also help improve indoor air quality by interacting with certain airborne compounds, though results vary depending on environment. To use it, simply cut a vine below a node and place it in water. Within days, roots begin to form. Keep it near indirect sunlight and refresh the water regularly. No soil, no guesswork, just growth. It's not just a houseplant, it's a living system that keeps expanding. Number 3. Mint, the kitchen regrower. This humble herb has been part of traditional kitchens for generations. But what many people forget is how easily it regrows in water. In older households, nothing was wasted. Stems from herbs were placed in water to regrow fresh leaves again and again. Mint thrives in this setup because it's naturally aggressive in its growth pattern. Its stems quickly produce roots when exposed to moisture. Modern science points to its rich profile of essential oils and compounds like menthol, which have been studied for digestive comfort and cooling effects. To grow it, place fresh mint stems in a jar of water near a window. Within a week, roots begin to form. You can harvest leaves directly once it grows. No soil needed, just water, light, and patience. but keep it contained. Mint grows fast and can take over space if left unchecked. Think of it as a renewable food source sitting quietly in your kitchen. Number 4. Spider plant. The self-multiplier. This plant doesn't just grow, it clones itself. You've probably seen the small babies hanging off a mature spider plant. Traditionally, these were cut and placed in water to create entirely new plants. It's one of the easiest propagation systems nature offers. Spider plants adapt well to water because their offshoots are already prepared to root. Once placed in water, they quickly develop a full root system. They've also been studied for their ability to interact with indoor pollutants, making them popular in closed environments. To use it, take one of the small offshoots and place it in a jar of water. Within days, roots expand and strengthen. Keep it in moderate light and change water weekly. Avoid letting the base rot, only the roots should stay submerged. It's like having a plant that refuses to stop growing. Number 5. Green onions, the never-ending harvest. This is one of the simplest and most practical examples of soil-free growing. Most people throw away the root ends of green onions, but traditionally, these were placed in water to regrow fresh stalks over and over again. The root base already contains the energy needed to restart growth. With just water and light, it continues producing new shoots. Studies on plant regeneration show that certain vegetables retain active growth tissues even after being cut, allowing them to regrow under the right conditions. Place the white root base in a small glass with water, just enough to cover the roots. Within days, green shoots begin rising again. You can trim and reuse multiple times. No garden required, no soil needed, just simple regeneration. If this is making you realize how much old plant knowledge has been forgotten, hit the like button. It helps this video reach people who still believe useful knowledge should not disappear. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join us here for more practical plant wisdom, health science, and self-sufficient living ideas every week. Number 6. Basil, the fragrant rooter. This is more than just a cooking herb. It's a plant that thrives in water when handled correctly. In traditional kitchens, basil stems were often placed in water to stay fresh longer, and many noticed they began growing roots on their own. Basil contains aromatic compounds and antioxidants that have been studied for their potential benefits, but its growth behavior is what makes it special here. Cut a healthy basil stem just below a node and place it in water. Within a week or two, roots develop. Keep it in a bright location, but avoid harsh, direct sunlight. Once established, it can live entirely in water for extended periods, but trim it regularly to prevent overgrowth. It's not just flavor, it's a living, growing ingredient. Number 7. Peace lily, the silent cleaner. This plant looks calm and simple, but it has a long history of being kept indoors for more than just decoration. Peace lilies adapt surprisingly well to water-based setups, especially when transitioned slowly. Traditionally, resilient indoor plants like this were valued because they could survive in low light and minimal care environments. Some studies have explored their interaction with indoor air compounds, suggesting they may play a role in improving air quality under certain conditions. To grow it in water, gently wash soil off the roots and place the plant in a container where only the roots are submerged. Use pebbles to stabilize the base. Keep it in indirect light and refresh the water regularly. Avoid over-submerging the crown to prevent rot. It's quiet, low maintenance, steady. Think of it as a natural presence that asks for very little, but gives back consistently. The real lesson here is not that these plants are special. It's that we've made things more complicated than they need to be. Our ancestors didn't always rely on perfect soil mixes, expensive tools, or constant intervention. They observed, they adapted, they used what worked. And sometimes, what worked best was the simplest method. Start with one plant from this list. Place it in water. Watch it grow. Learn how it responds. That small step can completely change how you see food, plants, and self-sufficiency. Drop a comment and tell me which plant surprised you most. And if you want more forgotten plant wisdom and practical health science, subscribe now and I'll see you in the next video.